not white. Like at all. Oh, thank God. I'm mostly Central and South Asian. Southern Asian, 45%. We knew that. Southern Indian and Sri Lankan, 45.5%.
What did this woman think she was gonna be? Ma'am, you are as dark as me. You are as dark as me. What did you think you was about to bruh, what white woman do you know that look like you? Thank God I'm not white. How could you be this, like, bruh, imagine being this dramatic. So apparently millennials have not ended their racial, gender-obsessed, class-obsessed, social-obsessed onslaught of just warfare against anything white, Christian, conservative, or whatever. And look, I'm not some black conservative. I'm not Candace Owens. I'm not here to be conservative white America's knight in shining armor. But come on. These like BuzzFeed-esque videos, and I see BuzzFeed in the video, but the channel is called Perro Like. So I mean, I guess it's like a Latino channel, but I see the BuzzFeed in the video, literally, and it's almost basically an entire video of Latinos being ashamed to have even a tiny drop of white blood. This is weird.
Find out if I'm 100% Puerto Rican.
I really hope that I get full 100% Mexican, 100% Mexican. If I don't get 100% Mexican, I'm gonna be sad.
I don't know a lot about my family past my grandparents, but I kind of like it that way.
I feel like I know it's gonna be español, tío.
What if you find out you were like a queen in your ancestry?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm from the DR and Sri Lanka, so like, there's some black in there, but my mom's last name is very white, so something weird probably happened there.
I hope that I'm Bad Bunny's cousin.
Imagine. I want to know like how much like indigenous I have.
Yo, like, you know what's crazy? Is like saying like, I hope I'm 100% Puerto Rican or I'm 100% Mexican. Like, these are nationalities that comprise of many different racial groups. So you could be like, you could have two black parents and be 100% Puerto Rican. Like, to sit there and say, oh, I'm 100% Mexican, I'm 100% Puerto Rican. These communities and ethnic groups are oftentimes so mixed that trying to, like, figure out if you're 100% one or the other is pointless. It's like saying, I hope I'm 100% Cuban. You could be black and Cuban. You could be indigenous and Cuban. You could be white and Cuban. You could be all of these races and still be Cuban or Puerto Rican or Mexican. It's crazy how, like, people, like, we still don't understand this.
So first thing, let's open these.
Spit into the funnel until the amount of liquid saliva reaches the... That's so much.
Oh, hell no.
To what line?
I don't know if I have that much in me, you know?
Ready, set, spit.
Stop.
Yo, that nigga's a freak. He said, ooh, look at all that spit. Yo, this nigga's, it's his own spit too. What the I've done this before myself. I've taken this test. I have actually sent my DNA to 23andMe. I'm sure there's a clone of myself out there somewhere on some like fucking military base being trained to kill me. But, you know, aside from my homicidal clone that will eventually one day replace me, it's kind of funny watching this because I myself took this test and I spat in the bottle. Pause, that sounds crazy. I spat in the bottle. And to be honest, it really does take a lot of effort. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, you just checking, is that enough? Is that enough? Like, is it enough now? Like,
Okay, that's it.
So now we have to close this.
Now we're gonna ship it.
And we wait, I think 3 to 5 weeks. I know. Okay, so it's been about 4 to 5 weeks. We finally got the results. I'm super scared, nervous. I'm excited. I don't know.
I'm anxious. I don't know what I am. I'm having an identity crisis.
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm worried I'm white.
yo, imagine if a white woman got on this fucking show and sat there and said, I'm nervous. I'm worried I'm black. Like, nigga, the whole video would get deleted. It would be, bro, so many dislikes. YouTube would probably delete the video. The bitch life would be permanently changed forever. Folks stalking, spamming, looking to find out where she lived, doxing her. Bro, it blows my... You know what really blows my mind about some of the most racially insensitive people? is some of the most racially insensitive people you know are some of the most racially sensitive people you know. Like, think of like white people that are like, all lives matter. A lot of these all lives matter type people get super uncomfortable when it comes time to talk about slavery or Jim Crow, and you don't even have to call them racist. You don't have to call some of these people a racist. All you got to do is talk about history and they're uncomfortable. Same thing with a lot of these black people that are like super duper racist. You know, one white person says one somewhat offensive thing and now all of a sudden they're bent out of shape. It's like, it's really, really interesting to me that some of the most racially aggressive people in society oftentimes tend to be some of the most racially sensitive. But the fact that she's worried about having white in her, it's like, ma'am, get over yourself. Get over yourself. Like, newsflash. Black people all over North America have European DNA, be it from slave or consensual, rare but consensual relationships between slaves and white people. But all of black people, almost every single black person in the Americas has some semblance of European DNA, unless your parents just got off the plane from Africa like 2 generations ago or 1 generation ago. Unless you're pure from the motherland, like a generation back, chances are you got European DNA. What's the problem? Newsflash, everyone has in their DNA. Not just black people. Not just people that were victims of colonialism. Everybody has rape DNA. So, just a newsflash.
Oh my gosh, I'm 71.9% European. Hey! Spanish and Portuguese, 69.8.
Okay, Rosalia.
0.3% Italian. No wonder I like pasta so much. Why is this like the most
Broadly so.
broad, like white DNA
It's
test?
a very white DNA test.
Ashkenazi
Jewish.
Jewish,
Everyone
0.8. 3.2% Congolese and Southern East African. Let's go to the Congos.
Oh, we're going to the Congo.
These two is just screaming. They just be saying shit like, hey, turn up. Like, just chill, please. Just chill. Like, y'all don't gotta be doing all that screaming. We're going to the Congo. Like, ma'am and sir, y'all are both white. Y'all are both white. What the fuck could y'all possibly be up to in the Congo? Make this shit make sense. And then he's sitting there like, this is the whitest DNA test. Sir, you have North African, Sub-Saharan African, and because you're Puerto Rican, I'm willing to bet you have indigenous DNA too. It's like, you're actually lucky. A lot of the white people that take these tests have literally nothing but just European. Like, they take the test and it's the most boring test ever. Same thing with Asian people. Asian people, in fact, if I recall correctly, a lot of Asian people are advised to not even waste their fucking time. Like, don't even waste your time. Whatever your ethnicity is, you are probably 100% that. Like, just telling you right now, like, chances are you have no mixture of blood. But if you are of Caribbean heritage, like myself, or like the gentleman on the video, the Puerto Rican guy, bro, you probably have an amalgamation of so much DNA from so many parts of the world. Like, I've got Indian DNA, I've got Native American DNA, I have Chinese DNA, I have Ashkenazi, like, I have a mad mixture. So like I don't know why, like, these motherfuckers are so squirmish at being like 80% white. Like, bro, you're just you. Relax.
Honestly, very surprised at the fact that I have more indigenous American blood than African blood.
Oh, I already saw a number I don't like.
Which one?
44% European.
Okay, I can see it. I was expecting more.
What was light-skinned Bruno Mars really expecting here? What the fuck did you think he was gonna get? You are, bruh, like, I could tell you're Mexican, but like, bro, like, you're obviously mixed with Spanish DNA. Like, do you think you're 100% indigenous, bro? Your skin is light. Very light. Bro, with a little mixture of your features, you could pass as a Spaniard. If you, like, especially if you just dyed your hair. Like, bro, like, you're like, with a few nose surgeries and a little bit of, like, you could pass as white, bro. Like, and why are you bothered by being part white? Like, you're literally half white, half indigenous. Just chill. Millennials, it's okay to just be you. Like, millennials, like, bro, I can't imagine being a millennial, bro. You niggas, y'all be like, bro, y'all gotta be stressed, bro. Like, y'all be stressed about politics, race, gender. Well, that's really rich of me to say that because I make videos about politics, but I get to be hypocritical here because it's my channel. Anyways, Y'all obsessed with race, all of it, bro. Like, just chill. Pop, like, okay, I'm not gonna tell y'all to do drugs, but just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax, kick back, maybe do drugs, and just chill. Do you have to be bent out of shape? You don't. You don't. Y'all have done enough screaming for like, bro, y'all spent from like 2010 to 2020 screaming. It's not that deep. Relax. You'll be okay. You will be okay.
9% East Asian Indigenous American.
Okay.
Okay. I got those native roots, you know, I'm ready to touch. 1% Jewish. What's up?
Oh my god, I'm not white. Like at all. Oh thank god. I'm mostly Central and South Asian. Southern Asian, 45%. We knew that. Southern Indian and Sri Lankan, 45.5%.
What did this woman think she was gonna be? Ma'am, you are as dark as me. You are as dark as me. What did you think you was about to bruh, what white woman do you know that look like you? Thank God I'm not white. How could you be this, like, bruh, imagine being this dramatic. Thank God I'm not white. Ma'am, your skin is not close to white. You're in our territory, ma'am. You are as dark as me. How could you possibly be white? Where is your fear of whiteness coming from? Like, what are you upset? Like, bruh, how could you wake up every morning and look at yourself every day and be like concerned that you're like 100% white? Like, where does she like that's weird to me. Like, you know how dark your white mom would have to be and how dark your black dad would have to be for you to be half white and look like that? Come on, like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And it's like, what do you like? What I'm not understanding where this like fear of having white blood comes from, like, or this like anger at like white people. Like, y'all do know that we can't cure racism in society by just flipping it on another group of people. Y'all do know that, right? I'm just checking in. I'm just making sure. I'm just checking in. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Are we not on the same page? Is it F white people? Like, I'm trying to understand where social justice, race, gender obsessed millennials, not all of y'all are evil, not all of y'all are crazy. I'm not gonna keep slandering the millennials, but I'm just saying y'all do have a lunatic problem. Y'all do need to clean up the crazies. I'm trying to understand crazy millennials, the rest of y'all that are normal, like 90% of y'all, don't worry about this, but for the 10% of y'all that have lost your mind and have yet to find it, y'all do know, like, what do y'all call it? Reverse racism. You do know that reversing racism, I can't believe I'm saying this. Y'all do know reversing racism doesn't like minimize racism. It just exacerbates it. Like, you do realize white people aren't just going to take mistreatment because their ancestors did some nasty shit, right? Like, for example, you ain't finna lock me up because Devontae and Daquan and them ran up in the store and robbed somebody. You ain't finna get me. I'm not going down on no type of charges. I'm not taking no kind of responsibility for what Bruh and them did, robbing the store, shooting this, doing that. I'm not going down with that. Not me. Hell no. You ain't finna hold me accountable for what somebody who vaguely looks like me did. Whether it was 100 years ago, 200, or last week. I'm not going down. You ain't finna get me. I'm leaving the country before I take any kind of responsibility for anything I did not do. So what I'm saying to the, crazies of all generations is this. Is it possible that maybe y'all are a little bit too emotionally invested for conversations about race? Maybe? Like, if you're this angry at white people, shouldn't you, like, work that out before, like, you start, like, talking on the internet? Like, I'm just saying, like, the crazy season is a little bit too, you know what I'm saying? Like, a little bit too active right now. You know, I'm just saying. Maybe I'm just being soft. But I just feel like trying to flip racism on white people kind of just leaves us all with this big ass Mexican standoff. Like where do we go as a society if this is how we're raising the next generation to is this the way?
The other 36% is sub-Saharan African. Are we surprised? No.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not surprised neither, ma'am. Like, she over there talking about something. Are we surprised? No. Then why were you worried about being white? You don't have light skin. You don't have colored eyes. You don't have colored hair. You have you are not white. Why are you worried? Like, what are you scared about?
Oh no, European. 10%. That is an amount I can allow. So my mom is from the Dominican Republic. That didn't show up here at all. So where did they come from?
Yeah, it did. If you look at your own results, it says Southern European. Where do you think the white people who took over the Dominican Republic, the white people who colonized and conquered that island, what European country do you think they're from? Because it ain't England, I can tell you that. It ain't Germany. What European country, ma'am, do you think took over the Dominican? I'm really curious as to what you think. Ma'am, your sub-Saharan African ancestry and your Southern European ancestry, that's your Dominican heritage that you're looking at. That's it right there staring at you. What, you thought you were going to get Dominican Republic results? Most Dominicans, contrary to what they think, they're not half indigenous, half white. They're half black, half white, with a little bit of indigenous sprinkled in. If you're looking for Dominican in your heritage, ma'am, it's staring right at you. It's there.
Oh my gosh.
I am 88.7% European. Spanish and Portuguese, I'm 85.4%.
So no Italian.
No Italian.
Interesting.
I'm gonna call my mom about this. Oh, and what's the first state in Mexico that pops up? Jalisco, Mexico.
What did she think she was? Shorty, what did you think you were? You could literally move to Spain right now and pass as a Spaniard. Where the fuck? Bruh. Some of y'all Mexicans is in delusion land. Some of y'all niggas really is, tripping. Ma'am, you literally look like a Spaniard. You could pass as a Spaniard. Now granted, if you tell me you're Mexican, I can see a little bit in there, but if you said, oh, I'm from Spain, I wouldn't question you. I would not I've met Spaniards. You do not look that different from them. You could pass as one of them. It's what do y'all think you are? Ma'am, you're where do you think you're light skin? You think light skin is indigenous to Mexico? No. Where do these niggas think they're what's bro? Yo, do they hand out a are you crazy invitation and these people accept the invitations and come to these these niggas is ignorant, crazy, all of that.
Mexico. The comments are gonna be she's not even.
Are you even Latina at this? I'm kidding.
I am.
Rosalia's cousin.
I know I called you Rosalia.
Mira.
Okay, we report.
We don't want to kick you out from the team.
40.9% East Asian and indigenous. I wanted 70 or 80.
You're 4% less colonized than I am. Congratulations.
Yo, calling white people's DNA colonized is crazy. Yo, you know what's crazy? Is white people are starting to get the very shit that they dished out. And I honestly want to ask white people, what do y'all feel right now? On some Oprah shit. I want a random white man to just sit next to me. I just want to talk to him what's going on? Tell me, how do you feel? Because it's white people came up with the idea that black blood was a contamination. That's why in America, if you're half black, you're considered black. Because historically, black blood was considered a contamination. So what white Southerners would do is they would say, look, if you are even 1% black, please stay away because we don't want you to contaminate the pure white gene pool. So it's funny, now, all of these people of color and delusional people of color who are basically borderline white but are clinging to they're barely indigenous DNA. It's funny now that these people are calling white DNA colonizer DNA. It's interesting how the tables are unfortunately turning and we're kind of regressing as a society, and I don't see anyone trying to stop this, and I'm just oh my god, we're fucked. We are fucked. No one's trying to stop this. Everyone's kind of just this is not a man situation. We need to stop these niggas, please. Stop them. They're fucking crazy.
Spanish and Portuguese, 27%.
Welcome to the team.
Northwestern European, British.
I can see that, the class, the elegance that you carry yourself with.
From Nicaragua, I have Managua. What?
That's right.
I'm from Chinandega, which is number 3.
Mine too.
Okay.
Mine was a 3.
Okay. All of El Salvador is lit up right now. I've never been to El Salvador, but I have a bunch of departments that were connected to me.
They call them departments? They don't call them cities or states?
Well, in Nicaragua, we call them departamentos.
Not states or cities?
No. We had an ancestor from Lebanon. I don't see Lebanon here, so somebody lied.
Unfortunately, I did not discover that I'm Princess Diana's long lost relative.
Unfortunately not.
Or a long lost royal.
What surprised you the most?
The 44% European.
Oh my gosh.
No offense to the Europeans, to my vanilla friends out there, I love all of you.
Imagine if a white man sat there and said, the most disappointing part of my test was the like maybe like 20% sub-Saharan African. No offense to my chocolate friends out there, I love you, but like your blood is kind of like, yeah, I'd prefer to not really have it. Like, you know, in a perfect world, I wouldn't be as mixed with you all as I am right now. But I love you guys though. Like, I love you, but gross. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who in the fuck, like, bro, we would never let this shit slide if a white person sat there and said, that African blood's just a little bit too much for me. Like, no, nobody would be cool with that. Who would be cool with that? Well, besides, like, you know, the racists and the Groypers. Who would ever let that shit fly? Like, we are regressing as a society. I mean no offense to my vanilla friends, but I'm disgusted about the fact that I'm related to y'all. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, and what's funny is he used the word colonizer, and yet when he found out his little friend was mixed with British blood, he said, like, oh, that's where you get your elegance and your class from. It's like, it just goes to show that, like, that colonization is deep in the minds of even the people that are, like, constantly, like, trying to resist colonialism. It's like, bro, it's just, bro, like, folk have truly lost their goddamn minds, and I don't know what could possibly save them. We're really going to hell. Like, the West is really going to hell. But it's interesting seeing people, like, take these DNA tests and not know how to read them. The one Puerto Rican guy was like, it's interesting that I have more indigenous blood than African blood. It's like, sir, you have like 11% African DNA and 1% indigenous, bro. Like, you're not, like, you are barely indigenous, which is interesting enough. And then you got the black chick over there, delusional, like, paranoid about being part European. It's like, what are you upset about? Like, what are you afraid of? Like, and then she's like, oh, where's my DR blood? Bro, you're Southern European. It's looking right at you. Truly crazy.
I have 90 siblings, like that documentary that I watched last week. So at least that didn't happen.
Like I'm 1% Jewish.
1% Jewish. I don't think you can claim that.
Come on.
I mean, you just say you're Mexican, and I'm Puerto Rican. And that's it.
that.
Exactly. Don't think about it too much. Y'all over there talking about something. I don't want to be white. Y'all are not making the world a better place. Y'all are literally making the world shittier and shittier than how y'all found it. And it's actually sad. It's actually sad. Like, this is fucking crazy. Like, it's absolutely insane. Truly. Like, it's like, imagine if a white man sat there and said, the most disappointing part of my test was how much black blood I found, which there are a lot of people out there that would feel that way. And imagine if he sat there and said out of his mouth, no offense to the chocolate people out there, I love y'all, but I'm kind of disgusted with the fact that I have some of your blood. It's like, can we please leave this behind, folks? Like, can we please just, like, we don't have to love each other. We don't have to like each other, but can we please just be respectful? Like, is that too much to ask, or am I just being a little soft-ass bitch? Like, if I'm being too soft, like, maybe I'm being too soft. Maybe I need to let a little bit of hate in my heart. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe the millennials have just, they know something I don't know. But this is the cringiest fucking DNA test video I've ever seen. Ever. Like, this dude is light as fuck, disappointed that he's European. What, you thought you were just a light-skinned Mexican? You're not. Bro, you're not, bro. Look at any indigenous Mexican person, bro. They're not light-skinned. They're not tall. They're not all big. Like, bro, where do you think your like, DNA comes from? Like, hello? Bruh, you know, y'all are weird folk, bro. Y'all millennials are weird creatures, bro. Real talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. You know, I don't know what's going on with society, but it's definitely going toward a weird direction. But what do y'all think in the comment section? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.